Hello. Well, if you saw my last video, we had the opening shot with the ship sitting there with the statement saying China go home. Well, it really wasn't referring to a political statement encouraging China to go home. But what we noticed is this was a Chinese ship, and we're seeing many of these ships come in. They'll come in container ships fully loaded, and they'll offload in as little as 2 to 3 hours. But they all seem to be sailing back out as empties when they go out. Notice the same thing Ian noticed on tanker ships. They'd come in very heavy laden and running deep in the water, and then when they'd head back out very light, the water line well above the sea level that you're seeing on the ships there. So anyway, the next part I was going to speak of in our series is I went through and I covered how we picked the lot and how we picked the various lots and the locations that we wanted and what we were looking for with the lot. The next part we wanted to do was to cover, I spoke about how I picked an architect, and that was where the design began. The next part that we get into was how to pick a builder. And that becomes a little more interesting, it may be a little harder to pick. So again, I wanted to pick different builders. Of course, the price becomes much more important in the build because I can only build what I can afford to build. So I've got a budget in mind, and my budget in mind and the builder's budget in mind came to be two different things in every one of the builders that I looked at. So each one of the builders would come up with different ideas and come up with a bid from the process. But I wanted to go over how did I pick a builder. So of course, in this case, I did the same thing like we did with the selection for the architects. We drove around, we looked, you could see the selection of the builders building at different homes when we were going through. Again, some of these ones were some of the ones that wanted to be an architect and the builder, so I wanted to see if they wanted to just do a build. Many of them would, because that apparently is where most of their money is made, is in the build. So I had many more competition, if you will, for the build, and it was much easier to find competition picking a builder when it went through. But finding a builder that you could trust, that you wanted to go through and do as you're setting up and making your arrangement, that was a lot tougher to do. In the case of my picking Bong, is BJ Steele is who it is, and that's one of the things that's also a little different here that we noticed at least in the Subic Bay area. Most of the builders seem to have a business associated with something else. So although they're doing building, it's not like John Smith's construction company. Instead, it would be one of them was doing steel. In our case, it's BJ Steel and Roofing. Another one would be building hardware and block, and they're building the concrete blocks and casting them. So again, there was many different businesses that they have, as well as the build business itself when it was in it. So I noticed. Again, in this case, I actually went very deeply with referring with Marvin. He had his builder, Bong, that we had, that I selected, and then as it turns out, Ian also selected the same builder. So as you've been seeing in the build, that's one of the kind of the unique things. We both had the same architect and we both had the same build. Although the builds are of two different price levels and two different constructions when we're going through. The house that myself and Wendy building is a little larger house, and thereby more expensive per square foot of having what we're built in place, and again, it's a little larger footage than what Ian and Mel are putting in. Again, Ian's using his house as he's going to go back and forth from Canada to Subic here, and with myself and Wendy, we're looking at living here permanently on a permanent basis year round, and have no intentions of going back to the U.S. unless something's changed, something dictates. Of course, you never know what's going to happen with the situations when we're going. So anyway, that's how we picked the builder. Again, I relied greatly, and one of the things that Marvin emphasized is with all of his construction that he worked with Bong for over a year, over 12 months, was that he found Bong to be totally trustworthy. And again, that's a thing that you'll hear some of the different builders. You hear if you follow Wellman Gregg's Building the Philippines. It's one of the things that he emphasized. He had many different contractors for different sections that he did, but finding one that you could trust and rely on, that's a very, very key feature here in the Philippines. So again, I wish you well if you're trying to do this, if you're trying to do the selection. That you know, the price is one thing, of course, that's it, but what is that level of trust that you can achieve? So anyway, with that, we'll move on with the rest of the day in the build. Like these videos, please give me a like. And if you want to send comments are always welcome. I'll look for improvements and how I can make myself better. If you do subscribe, you'll be able to get next in line when the next video is coming back out again. Yep, it's definitely a warm one.
You know, at 9 o'clock in the morning, if it's this hot, I can only imagine what it would be like at noon hour or 1 o'clock in the afternoon for these poor guys.
Hey, how are you? We missed you the other day.
Oof.
Look up
Okay.
here.
Yep. Oh man, you can just feel the heat radiating off of this sand pile. Whoa. Looking, you know, they're definitely down at the point they need to be for your footing there.
Yeah.
And I think probably that one's, I don't know, we can't really see it from here.
Yep.
Oh, I see. They've got that one dug and they got that one dug, and the pile in the middle is they'll wait until they put those.
Put it one or the other.
Right. And then fill it in. Ah. You notice how they went up with the to street level, but the one that he told me was going to be the street height.
Yep.
Must have been wrong because it's higher than the others. You notice that?
The corner is, yeah, the corner and the corner.
Yeah.
Both higher.
Oh, they're both okay. Okay, then maybe that's.
So they it's like they got to case them up yet. See, look, they've got the stirrups. That's those round stirrups that are on there.
Okay.
But they haven't poured it.
Okay. Now the view looks amazing today, but for some reason it just doesn't translate into the video. When you flash the video over the view, it doesn't look nearly as impressive.
I think we're getting such a wide panorama
I think
that we see, and I'm not doing a pano mode in the video.
Right.
I can do a pano photo.
Yeah.
But it's still cool the way the clouds just hang on top of the mountaintop up there.
Even on a non-cloudy day, there's to be clouds
we got
breaking
beautiful, clear blue skies up above, but there's the clouds that's right there on top.
This is already too hot for me to work. I would absolutely refuse to work in this heat, and these guys are just starting their day.
Yeah.
Something went a little bit wonky with that one costume. You see it there on yours?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's deliberate. It almost looks like it's deliberate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely curved because the post is not in the same place.
I'm wondering if they went all the way down, Mark.
Yeah.
To give it extra strength, because the pool's going to be sitting in that general area, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
It's got to have something to do with tying the weight together for the pool.
It could be the pool influencing that.
Oh, and we missed another one going over the edge. Look at the size.
Another boulder, yep.
Look at the size of that boulder.
You don't walk yourself over that edge.
Yeah.
Oh, there's our monster. I was going to say, where'd the monster go? There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Right there on the other side of the excavator.
I remember seeing that one up here. It must have been sitting there. Obviously, it was sitting right there where that.
Yeah. Unless they cut the big monster in half. That looks like a cut.
Maybe.
Maybe they cut that big monster in half.
You know why I was thinking the scenery was so... Put these on. Take a look at the scenery.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, that amber.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you?
Hi.
So we got the cooler and snacks in the back of the car there again whenever you want to get it out.
So, Mark, it looks like you have a fair bit of room on that one side. Is it where he's digging there? I think that's where your footing is going to be, which would give you about 8 feet there, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
please.
open, yeah.
Please, yes, it's open.
Can't believe that.
Oh, they did. Okay, so now it's a straight piece of concrete, but they angled it over, so the post is not dead ahead of the other one. That's what it is.
Oh.
My two columns here are wider split than on the fence.
But you can also see it going down. Like if you go to the side.
We'll see when we do from the rear. We'll see it and go through.
I
don't know if that's just an illusion or if that's
maybe,
it is. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, you definitely don't have much room between the wall, the outer wall,
no,
and your property line there.
No,
but I think you've got a bit there.
No, it's the same thing. It's 2 meters and 2 meters. It's because that's the exact minimum that I can do, and that's exactly what it is.
So then they're not going to line up with that.
Nope, this one won't line up either. It'll be. Well, actually, they're not at the column. See, look in there. You'll see you see where they're coming off the wall there, where they're coming through. Don't go too close there. You keep making me nervous.
Yep. I'm making me nervous.
Well, that rock is loose, you know. It's not quite as bad as when it was wet. So But no, I have 2 meters on this side, and I have 2 meters on this side, and I have the 3 meters at the front. I am pushed right up to every limit.
Okay.
The only reason I have more space in the back is because there's a swimming pool back there, and I guess the pool doesn't count.
Now, is that 2 meters including the stairwell that you've got going down the side? Probably. So that would be the right edge.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the stairwell is part of that 2 meters.
Okay. Okay.
It's the house is the area.
Okay.
Now, where Andy's got the one where he's got that little, he did like that overhang I was talking about to go through. Do.
Yep. I've got the same on mine.
I don't think I've got, I don't know if I do or not. I don't think I've got any overhang like that on my design when I go through. The only thing I've got overhang for is for the eaves for the air conditioners. So. Should we go down the other side?
Yep. Yep. Try and get out of here without killing ourselves. Oh boy. Feel the heat radiating off of that sand pile.
Yeah.
Morning.
Hey.
They're getting serious about making concrete here. Another
Yep.
a bigger one. I think it's bigger anyway. It looks bigger.
Sir, I had a question for you. When, again, thinking of the flooding and the drain in the basement when it goes through. So you were telling me the pump is up near the pool when it goes through. How does it maintain fluid to the drain in the basement?
Water fluid.
Yeah. So I can keep suction.
Yes, there's a small catch basin.
Catch basin in there.
All the remaining water from the catch basin pump the water.
Yeah.
So it's there.
Yes.
Is the suction, but the pump's up above going. Okay, good, perfect. The trap's down there, down below. Okay, perfect. I can read the architectural diagram. I have trouble reading the plumbing diagram. I have trouble trying to read it. So, and then we were noticing one other thing. So the beams on his are pretty straight back to the wall, and that one's like kind of bent over this way when it goes through. Is that just by design, or is that to accommodate the pool or anything like that?
Yes. To accommodate the fence wall, wood fence,
Right.
and your pool.
Okay.
And and also your house.
Okay. Very good. We were guessing, but we want to come actually expert.
Can't believe how high this rebar is getting.
Yeah. Well, it's.
I wouldn't want to be standing up there in a lightning storm.
Yeah. Think of where, I'm like, what? I'm going to be 8 foot below Andy, and you're going to be 4 foot below me. So if we're like 4 foot, 4 foot, 4 foot. Man, that's heavy, isn't it? Look at
think
that.
they're going to be high houses until you see these rebar structures.
Yeah.
And that would take them, I would think, pretty close to the top there. No, not to the to the top of the second floor, but not to the roof of
Roof.
the,
Yeah, only to the floor. I'm impressed our divider wall coming up here.
Yep. Yep.
So I don't know. Did you hear him say that? Yes, that was for the pool that they did
Yep.
that.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep. So from this angle, it doesn't look like it's going down. I don't know why. From the top of the hill, it looked like it was.
I think that bend made it.
Yeah.
Gave you a optical illusion to it.
Yep.
Look at these guys struggling with how heavy that thing is. You know that's some weight.
Mm-hmm.
Two guys lifting on that one piece of rebar.
Yep.
To get it up to height.
It's probably 50 pounds, 45, 50 pounds.
Yeah.
So I was just going to ask a stupid question. I was going to ask, so why are they doing this now instead of later? But they want the base of that to be concreted in.
Yeah. And then they'll set the stirrups.
Yep.
And like they said, extra stirrups there.
Not an easy job. Not an easy job at all. Nope, I almost stepped over the property line.
Put your foot up there again. Show
Although
the property line.
I don't think it's accurate. Something tells me
it's
more there. Yeah, they just tied it back.
Yep.
I think that bottle is.
Yep. Yeah, there's the Mahone.
That's it. Yeah, that's
it's
it.
Like it. So barely tell that it's yellow there still, but
yeah. Oof. Oh, they're taking this one away. Some guys doing facing on that one.
Yeah.
Nice of them to build this platform for us to look down on the
work. Overseeing your work here. Yeah, it's taking shape.
So right about here is
laying on the floor.
Yeah, floor level.
Yep.
The excitement will start when they start putting floors in here.
Yeah.
Although I wonder if they won't build all the way up before they start putting any floors in. I don't know.
I don't know.
Structurally, you would think they'd put the floors in just, to hold the kind of thing together.
In like I said, the weirdest thing I ever saw in India, they do this with bamboo, and they pour concrete, and they do a floor, and then take the bamboo to the next floor, and they do a 14-story building with one floor at a time, one floor at a time when they would come up and do it. So, and all the structure was bamboo to hold it.
Guess this thing was a little bit too wobbly just to leave it on its own.
Yeah.
That would be swaying in the wind, I
Yeah.
would think.
Yep.
So you got 5 more footings to go in, by the looks of things, if my math is right. 6. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I got up here too.
Oh.
I got others. I'd stop at your. This is stopping at your length, and I'm coming forward another. I got another section of house to come forward.
Oh, wow.
Now I don't know. So my carport comes back, but there's a bedroom up here. So the bedroom will be the front bedroom is about the back of that shed.
So what? There's a bedroom above the carport?
No.
Oh.
Yes, there's a bed. My master bath is above the carport, but
So they'll still have to do all this stuff.
correct.
I mean, if it's just a carport, you don't need this. But
No, it's a there's another floor above all the carport.
Okay.
The second floor, if Wendy had not carved out that hole in there for the thing to go up, the second floor would be bigger than the first floor. But there's basically a carve out when you step out of our bedroom.
Right.
There's like a seating lounge area there that can overlook down into the living room. Mm-hmm. And the other way you look out the back, you can go out and look out the back rear deck.
Are we early today? Just wonder why.
We are a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, we finished the meal a little earlier than that because they're not at their 10:30 break. So for those with the aircraft carrier, this was where I took that picture from Andy's balcony right there.
And that house will be similar to the size of mine. Similar.
Yep.
And yours will be probably closer to this one here. Size. That's a
Probably,
house.
yeah, probably. I don't know how they're saying they're back from 3 meters. They're not.
How do you know they're not?
Well, I can see the sidewalk right there.
Oh, I see. From the sidewalk. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess they actually get to say from the curb, not the sidewalk. So the sidewalk
and maybe
down
it's different if it's the garage and not the house.
No. I can guarantee you it's not, because Heidi had to. I'll show you that one house up there, and they actually took a corner of the house off. I mean, I don't care. It's no big deal to me, but that is not set back 3 meters, because it has to set back from the curb, which would be here, not the sidewalk, but 3 meters. So you get 1 meter for the sidewalk. You got to be back 2 more.
Standing here, though, the height of the thing is kind of impressive when you look up at it.
Oh yeah.
And this is basically a little bit beyond the lowest point of the property here.
Well, you can look at the sewer line.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm guessing where the dirt is about your floor level coming in. That's going to be your front yard.
The whole face just fell off of this thing. He just got finished it and walked away, and it fell off. I think I would have probably scored the concrete a little bit before I. Squatters.
Shall we go around back?
Yeah. What do we got there? This is a wee bit of a breeze here.
Yep. We being the operative word.
Well, not enough to cool anything down, but you can feel a breeze.
Guess I got 2 trees there to take out. 2.
Yeah, drop them that way. Won't be a problem. Once these guys are out of here.
Well, like I said, I'll just go visit Mary again and hire the 2 guys to
That's true.
do it again, because one guy could do it now.
That's true. And there is a bit of a slant going that way.
Yep.
So yeah, you're right.
They definitely look skilled enough to me to drop it where they wanted it.
Although going by the equipment they used or they had that day, I really thought we were hiring a bunch of amateurs, but it didn't turn out that way.
No, it was pretty good. They right next to those power lines, they got them out. We look good.
Let's see if
even Andy said his view. I don't know if you heard him say it. His view improved a whole bunch.
Yeah. I think we did a couple of homeowners other than ourselves a big favor.
Yes.
Oof.
They moved their shade.
Morning, guys. Oh.
So you're talking about the footing. I got to have one here.
Yep. Yep.
So I get 4. You got 3 across.
Oh. You know what makes that thing look like it's out is the top trim is
Yes.
kind of part of it's below the surface.
Yes.
I think it's actually square, but
Yep.
it doesn't look square. Whew. So that cement mixer there is actually gasoline, but I think they were hand cranking it.
Maybe.
I don't remember ever hearing that thing going.
I don't either.
I mean, they're not quiet. Those 5 horse or whatever that is, 6 horse
Lawnmower motor. I don't think I'm going to try and walk up anymore.
No, I think it's getting a little bit dangerous on the footing end of things. All of that's loose, really loose.
Yes. When they fill this back in, they'll probably take from here, so then we'll be able to walk up there.
Mm-hmm. I wonder when they're going to finish off the retaining wall on the back of yours, because I think they've got a few more layers to go there.
Yep.
At least 1 here and 2 on the other side, at least.
Well, it'll go up there because it's the swimming pool. Yep. Because he's saying that's the pool.
Okay. Oof. I definitely think this is one of the hottest days we've been out here. I mean, well, in the last, since we started coming out
Since
here.
the rain, yeah. Like we talked about, maybe one of the things is the benefit is working in a light rain is cooler.
I would much rather work in that light rain than this. I couldn't go any more than a couple of hours in this kind of heat. And then it's nap time.
So it looks like they got a footing dug here. Looks like they got starting on a footing there. They got to come do another one there and here. So, then I go forward.
I think they're actually going to put the footings in here so they can fill some of this crap over into there.
That way, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing. When we first looked at the lots, we were thinking, what are we going to do with all these stones and all these boulders? And it turns out we didn't have enough stones and boulders.
Yeah. Look at they brought you in 2 truckloads.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was that huge steep hill is now just a steep cliff.
Yeah. I'm gonna head down. Oh.
Well, I'll end it there.